Hello and welcome to Property Banter. I'm Tom Barron coming to you from the Rate My Agent offices. Joining me on the show, TABITHA ROBB, buyer's advocate from Beckett Property, Russell Cambridge, director of Biggin & Scott Richmond, Mark Armstrong, founder of Rate My Agent, and a very special welcome to Jason Swift, director of Hodges Mentone. We're all very cup ready, I see. Dressed to the nines. Scrub up pretty well, don't we?
What's going on with your look?
This is my look.
What are you channeling there?
Channeling a bit of Halloween spirit, you know.
Yeah,
Prince of Darkness is his birthday as well. I'm putting Cup Week and Halloween together into Hello Cup.
You've always been very creative.
Yep.
It's not working for you.
I disagree. This is the exact same fascinator Megan Gale wore to the David Jones tent last year. So.
I am.
It's worked for us, it worked for you. That's your philosophy.
She can pull it off.
She can pull it.
I think it's an improvement.
It is an improvement.
I got a Halloween joke. This is Tom being original. All right. What do ghosts watch movies on? VC. I made that up. That's true. That's it. That's why I'm with the big bucks around these parts. Anyway, thanks for joining us, Jason.
I'm happy to be here with the Spring Carnival coming on board. It's a good time of the year, real estate and racing.
It's the only time we'd have you.
Thank you, yeah. Sure. Thanks for that.
What a lot of people might not know is you were once a jockey yourself.
Yeah. Not a very successful one, but nevertheless, I gave it a shot, but about 120 winners.
Now, any similarities between the two games?
The parallel I do see is that obviously, you know, if a house doesn't sell, of course, it's the agent's fault. And I often say to vendors, well, you know, by changing jockeys is not going to make the house sell, really. By changing the agent, it's a bit like by changing jockeys is not going to make the horse run any faster. Now,
you are the grandson of one of Australia's most successful jockeys, is that correct?
Yes.
We have dug up a little something, though, from back then, talking about it.
Oh, Jesus.
Let's have a look.
Jason has had just 28 race rides as stable jockey for Scobie and Barbados, and not surprisingly says his grandfather has been a great help.
It's a great thing to be the grandson of Scobie Breesley. He's helped me a lot. People have told me what a great man he was out here, and I'd love to be half as good as what he was.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't have pictured that to be you. Wouldn't have picked that one.
No, neither did I. It took me a while. It was only when I saw the name I thought, shit, that's me.
That's right.
Tab, welcome back.
It's good to be back. Thanks for having me, guys. Glad I didn't get fired or anything. I was just up in sunny Hamilton Island, which was delightful. Got a bit of a tan for the Spring Racing Carnival. But I missed exciting news. Property Banter Entourage was announced last week.
Yeah, the big entourage. We're going to help a first home buyer buy their first home. So let's have a look at what we're going to do.
For the first time ever, our three experts will combine their 60 years experience to help one person buy their first home. If you're a first-time buyer, tell us in 150 words or less why the Property Banter Entourage team should help you. So just tell us your stories, your situations and your dreams about owning your first home. We'll give you advice, support and feedback on properties to help you become a smarter, better buyer. And you'll see it all right here on the show, so other first-time buyers can reap the rewards as well. To enter, go to propertybanter.com.au. The competition is open to first home buyers in and around Melbourne. After all, that's where we do our best work. Tell your friends and enter today. Let's make that first home happen. If there's a real estate article headlining the news this week, this is where the panel decides if it's a front runner or a donkey. If we deem it newsworthy, we'll swipe right. And if not, we'll scratch it and swipe left. All right, ready, punters?
Indeed.
We're ready.
First headline. Hocking Stewart calls the block listings incredibly important. Tabitha?
Well, and 100% of them sold, which is great news for market sentiment, given that the domain rep, I believe, said that, you know, 50% of houses are selling, so...
There was a call during the week that suggested that most of them wouldn't sell, but there was an interesting article during the week that says it's a huge tax advantage buying the block apartments, and wealthy investors are buying the block apartments for the huge depreciation. A new property, you can claim a huge amount in depreciation benefits, you can claim all the fixtures and fittings. But I'd be a bit wary of that. I think that the whole depreciation schedule thing
Oh, here we go again.
Well, hang on, Russell. It's the greatest real estate marketing con on the planet is selling the benefits of depreciation as the reason to buy a property.
But
it's a byproduct. It's actually an indication of an overcapitalised piece of real estate if there's too much depreciation
But buying
to claim.
block properties has not been a mistake for a lot of people, because a lot of on sales have actually made a lot of profit moving forward. So they've been good investments.
It's gone against the grain of the market.
I think the blocks got better at choosing the assets. I think the Elston location was a better location.
How do you feel about the next one, Grey Street, St Kilda?
Well, it'd be handy for some people, I guess. But
also credit to Channel 9. They've learned over the years to have a good reserve, and that makes for the show as well.
Yeah.
And they did that.
You are far too positive about all of this. They stopped asking you to do it or something. You're trying to gouge your way back.
Maybe.
Right, so Russell, I take it you agree.
Agree.
Jason?
Disagree.
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 All right. Next headline. If you want to invest in property, stop reading the headlines. Is that headline Russell?
Well, why in a buyer's market don't buyers want to buy, and when it's a boom, they all want to buy? It's frustrating. This is spot on. Stop reading the headlines, start bidding at auctions, you might get a good buy.
Oh, I completely agree with this headline. As Warren Buffett says, you know, be fearful when people are greedy and be greedy when people are fearful. And people are fearful now, so jump in. It's great buying and there's really good properties.
The guy who wrote this article is spot on, and he talks about the idea that there is not one property market. There's new properties, old properties, different locations, different streetscapes, different apartments and houses and villa units and all these sorts of things. And they're all doing different things at different times. Good properties will always be good properties, and in a market like this, wow, I'd be out there trying to find a good property and buy really well.
Well, the message is exactly that. Buy at a good time, and now is a good time to be buying.
Absolutely.
So why aren't you?
Russell, if a headline tells you not to trust a headline, and a tree falls in the woods, can one hand clap?
7.
Absolutely. Do we all agree? We'll do it together. Everyone, come on. Next headline. The 2 most dangerous words in real estate. Passed in.
I think the danger, where it is a dangerous word, is when there's crickets and you don't flush out any buyers at all. I think that's where
no opinions.
No opinions. You've got no floor. You've got no floor. At least if you've got a bit of bidding and you bid it up to a level, at least
Why
you know.
Why is that dangerous?
Well, because you
Please
really.
Explain.
Well, because you've got no floor there. You've got no market there at all. Well, you've got no base to work on.
So it's
You've got
nothing.
no foundation.
I'm struggling to keep up here. I think I'm catching on. I think I'm with Mark. You can't sell a house without a floor.
So many of these properties are selling before auction, after auction, and still many at auction. So, I don't know, dangerous, exaggeration again.
Well, you left or right?
Absolute crap.
Disagree?
Disagree.
All right.
Disagree.
I agree. I think it can be. I think it can be.
The 2 most dangerous words in real estate.
The lone warrior over there.
Yeah, well.
The poor wolf looking for
Dangerous words in real estate. Ooh.
As far as I'm concerned, you can keep your Melbourne Cup and the likes of the Birdcage and the Phillies in their frilly little dresses. I get my tipping jollies off on the Property Tycoon app, where you can tip at home auction results and get in the running to win $5,000. Giddy up.
Only really, really good tippers play this game. If we look at the leaderboard, Russell.
So Russell's still number 1, and if Russell wins, he's donating everything to Hard Kids. I think it's like a weight training program for kids. Russell, is that correct?
Heart kids.
Hard.
No.
And it's definitely not a weight training.
Oh, I thought it was getting like
Kids.
Weight training.
Hard kids.
Heart. Anyway, as you can see, Russell's gold, Tabitha's silver, I'm bronze, and everyone else is unplaced.
TDC, we hope you understand that Russell wants to donate the money, but good luck to everyone. We've also got to congratulate the weekly winner who gets the movie tickets. Jason, we give out movie tickets every week as well. Gold class movie tickets. It's not cheap here. Not cheap here. Anyway, so this week we're going to tip on number 5, Tyrone Court in Wheelers Hill. 4-bedroom, 3 bathrooms, double story. Agents are quoting $1.1 to $1.2 million. Put your tip in, my tip's in. Don't forget, download the app, $5,000 major prize, weekly prizes of gold class movie tickets. Good luck.
For the average seller, the road to selling a house is littered with potholes. From hasty overcapitalising, choosing the wrong agent, the pricing a house too high, or leaving it on the market for too long. How does a seller not go wrong?
Well, I think the biggest mistake that we see is when an owner makes the mistake of going with the agent that's promised them the highest price, particularly in this market where you have to be on the market realistically. You agree with that?
Yeah, 100%. It's all about price. There's two reasons why a house doesn't sell: price, and if there's something wrong with it. And if there's something wrong with it, it's all relative to price. So it's all price.
Yeah, but the buyer's advocate, are you agreeing with what they're saying?
Oh, I do really believe that the choice of the agent makes a difference on the end result. Definitely when a seller picks an out-of-area agent, I think that has a massive impact. So that would be like number one, go with a local agent. But also, you know, do this property styling. People get so easily wooed by property styling, and yeah, it's a couple of $1,000, but just do it.
Well, look, I think agent selection is really important. I think it's probably the most important part of the process, and it's really about the expectation that the agent sets through that process of signing up a listing. You know, I think good agents will get a little bit more.
The cheapest agent's the one that gets you the most money.
Tabitha, what you said before about using local agents, I think that's one of the biggest mistakes people make. They use an out-of-area agent because they're a friend or a cousin or something of a friend, and you really need the local expert who not only does the correct marketing, knows the demographic of that area. The ones that pass in are usually out-of-area agents.
The biggest load of real estate crap I've ever heard.
Agree.
I think once upon a time, our good friend Marty Fox would absolutely disagree with that, and I absolutely disagree with that.
Oh, mate, you do this. Sorry, I'm going to get really angry here because I'm telling you now, the agents that come into our area fuck it every time.
Swifty, what do you think?
At the end of the day, if you're real with price and you're advertising, you get the same buyer through, and they buy the house, they don't buy the agent.
Absolutely. I think there's merit to it if you bring a bad agent in from out of area. But if you bring a good agent in from out of area, as Jason says, they've got
buyers from Glen Waverley have a database of buyers looking to buy in Richmond.
But if you're advertising, you're going to get the same buyers through.
No,
if you say go through your database, don't put it on the net, don't do anything.
No, wrong.
Perhaps you're right.
Massive load of buyers, not on another person's database. When you're doing advocacy work, would you use an out-of-area agent to sell in Richmond?
Look, I wouldn't. I would use a local agent. Absolutely, I think I would use a local agent, but I don't believe that every out-of-area agent will not get a good price. I think that we've got the same tools nowadays, the same advertising methodology.
So you are better off using a local agent.
A local agent will protect the value of that home that they're selling because that justifies if they get the next listing.
But what you're suggesting is... But what you're suggesting is an out-of-area agent can't get a good price.
You're better off using a local agent.
In Richmond.
Proof.
In Richmond.
In Richmond.
Sorry, you're better off using Russell or Biggin & Scott Richmond in Richmond.
Yeah. Well, so your stats show.
Well, our stats, they do show that you
Thank you very much. End story, cut.
You know how the joke goes. A horse walks into the bar and the bartender says, "Why the long face?" You heard that one before? Well, in France recently, an escaped racehorse entered a bar. And let's take a look at the owner's face.
Look at the guy just standing there.
Oh my God.
That guy's tough. He's a cowboy.
Is he going to come back? He's coming back.
Oh,
Of course he's
no.
coming back.
He was just thirsty.
they
His
all
throat
run.
was a little hoarse. He wanted a drink. So, the banana. Do you understand the banana segment? No, it's like something quirky, fun, out there, handsome, a bit like myself. So who in that video is the banana?
The people.
It's the jockey.
We're the person that opened the door and let it in.
Or the one that...
Oh, come on.
Where was the jockey?
Come round to my local watering hole, just open the door for it. Come and get pissed with me.
It was thirsty. I say it's jockeys. It's jockeys.
Go for knockies.
All right. They put effects on here. And then little horses run across the screen. And that's your PB for this week. Look out for us now on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you, panel, especially our special guest and ex-jockey, Jason Swift. Swifty, what do you think?
Loved it.
Enjoyed
Thank
it?
you very much for having me here.
Yeah,
Much appreciated.
good.
Really had a good crack.
Yeah, we'll get you again, but you made my papa angry before, and so I don't think we'll get you back to this
No,
panel.
it's him. It's him.
You're my papa.
No,
You
you
made
made
me
me
angry.
angry.
With
It's
everyone.
him. It was him.
I'm a bit scared of Russell.
I'm scared of
a
you all.
psychopath.
I'm going
Get
back
out
on
of here,
holidays.
James.
Can we get rid of Russell and keep Swifty?
Let's get little Russell.
Little
Yes.
I
Russell.
prefer little
Keep Russell.
Russell.
Hang
All
on.
right.
Russell's
Remember-
already little.
Let me finish one. Littler.
Remember, enter the Property Entourage competition on our website and get these experts behind you for your first home. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great night. All right.
This is just warming up. I'm moving in.
Yeah.